These are the 2025 Mazda BT-50s. Now, in an effort to streamline their products, Mazda has done away with two variants, kept these two but updated them, and are attempting to keep a little bit more cash inside your pocket for the customers, of course. Find out exactly what and how on this very quick walk around of the BT-50 4x4 and the BT-50 4x2. Earl, will you stop moving? As with all Mazda products, they come with a 5-year free service plan. And now the BT-50s have done away with the 1.9-liter engine. Now they all come with the 3-liter engine that produces 187 horses and 450 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Logic would suggest that it would get the same fuel efficiency as the previous model. However, they've added an air dam to these models to try and improve fuel efficiency. Now, the previous one, we were getting roughly about 8.5 in the city, about 17 on the highway, and combined 11.5. We won't know exactly how much more fuel efficient this will be until we get it out for a proper behind the wheel, which we'll ask you to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on it. I can't get it out, Earl! Oh, there it is. Let's continue with the exterior look of the BT-50, which obviously has been updated, starting with the front clip. On the 4x2, you'll notice that there is a large grille here and a really huge logo. And you can tell also that not just on the 4x2 and the 4x4, but the 4x4 as well, there are much deeper cuts and slimmer headlamps. Here on the 4x2, these are not DRLs, they're actually reflectors. On the 4x4, you can tell that they are most definitely DRLs. But both of them carry this absolutely large grille. The difference being is that here it's matte, finished in matte, and over in the 4x4, it's brilliant black, or better known as piano black. Well, I'm not too sure about that. The fog lamps are different as well. This entire area was occupied by the fog lamps before. Now it's just down here. And here you have a functional air vent. Oh, and underneath, apart from the air dam that we showed you earlier, there is also a faux skid plate, which looks kind of nice actually. Down the side, and let's begin with the 4x2. You have 17s wrapped in 65 series tires, 235 millimeters of ground clearance. New pattern for the wheels here on the 4x2. You do still get your step board. Now you get repeaters and a 360 camera, which was not present on the previous models of the 4x2. Now you get them here. No roof rails, as you can tell from here, and no bed rails on the side either. But there is an addition, not just to the 4x2, or rather not just for the 4x4, but the 4x2 as well. You get now a tailgate assist that is so easy, you can do it with your pinky finger. Oh. I need to go to the banyo. The assisted tailgate is not the only thing that's new at the rear. You also have new tail lamps, indentations on the tail, and a very larger than large logo. Obviously, you're going to find the same light configuration on the 4x4, but it has the addition of a retractable bed cover that comes standard, which I think is pretty cool, and also the fashion bars that you find up here, finished in very brilliant black. To continue with this walk around, let's move on to the 4x4. On its side, you have larger wheels. These are 18s and obviously different color. These are two-tone. And this cover right here, the center cap cover, is a little bit more, well, it's softer. It's a little bit more classic looking. And then obviously, as you can see, you've got flares on the front and rear. Very, very nice, very large. Also, you have, like I said, repeaters and cameras for your 360. And then these roof rails used to be like just your average black. Now they're brilliant black to match with the flares that you have on the sides. Now, obviously, the exterior is not the only one that's going to get an update, right? Obviously, the interior is too. Check it out. Now, to avoid any confusion, we're going to stay with the 4x4, but I will mention some changes in the 4x2 as well. Let's start with the head unit. It's now larger. This is a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system with knobs on the screen, by the way, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to manipulate it. This obviously has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Apple CarPlay is wireless, and that is both available in the 4x4 and in the 4x2. The infotainment screen isn't the only one also that's new. The instrument cluster is too. Here in the 4x4, it's larger. The screen in the center is larger. And then you've got your gauges on the right-hand side. Also, I must also add that instead of manipulating the, let's say, for example, advanced driver assist systems here in the center, they've moved that now to the infotainment. So it's a lot easier to manipulate that with either the knobs or the buttons on your steering wheel. Down below, you now have buttons for your air. In the 4x2, they're dials. Underneath, you have your Type-C charging point and your 12-volt socket. Here in the 4x4, you have a wireless charger. Unfortunately, none in the 4x2. Do not feel bad for the 4x2 because it has something that the 4x4 does not. Check out the seats of the 4x4. They're black, they're luscious, they're leather, they're great, they're strong, they're powerful, they're comfortable, yeah. But in the 4x2, it gets special seats designed specifically for the Philippine market. They're OEM, but they're only for the Philippine market in the sense that it's leather on the side and suede in the center. Now that's pretty cool. If, however, you're wondering if you can get the seats of the 4x2 into the 4x4, well, it all depends if you know Steven Tan well enough. Do you? Do you? Regardless of whether you know him or not, you're gonna want to know and need to know the prices of these vehicles. Now, the 4x2 2025 BT-50 comes in at 1,550,000 Philippine pesos, which is just a few thousand Philippine pesos more than the previous 4x2. Here, however, in the 4x4, this comes in at 1,850,000 Philippine pesos, which, get this, the Pangolin, which is this, the top of the line, used to come in at 8,000 Philippine pesos more. It's now more affordable, even with all of these updates. And it's also one of, if not the, most affordable top-of-the-line 4x4 in the country. Think about it. To learn more about the BT-50 and all the new features, head on over to AutoDeal.com.ph or download our app, which can help connect you to get the best car at the best price. And earlier, moving again. I told you to stay in one spot. Dude, I'm gonna get that. Give me the chair. Give me the damn chair!